as you've been bringing in these new capabilities, did you feel like there was anything your organization had to do to prepare to use these new technologies? Obviously you got a lot of value, but it always takes a little work to get some of these things going as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's face it, we're construction. Construction isn't pretty. So it's not exactly like the people who appeal to construction come in with a big IT background.
Mhm.
So it requires a little bit of user training, user adoption. And when these new features did first come out, we did have to have a learning curve. It required some additional training sessions. We used some hands-on training as well as some PowerPoint trainings. And honestly, we leverage a lot of the customer service over at Zoho.
Mhm.
We always refer them, our users to them if like it kind of gets past tier 1 and tier 2 level support, which we can do in-house. If it gets to the tier 3 level support, that might be a screen share to Zoho where they'll come onto the computer and basically control the mouse, which is really exciting to see because you're getting real-time results, and that's what
Mhm.
everybody wants is like, can you just do it for me, right? And they can
Yeah.
remote access the computer, and that's been really helpful. And then also there's also things where we just have our own team sort of playing around in sandboxes and just saying like, if I write this script and I write this code, will it execute the way that I anticipate it to? And sometimes that might be like an aggregate formula where you have to stack together several different conditions, or it might be a query and you have to kind of put together the query. We don't necessarily want to affect the published actual software that we have deployed out in real time. The sandbox modes help us kind of figure out before we say yes and put this into production, let's test these things out ahead of time. And then that may take a month or two to honestly nail it down where we're saying, okay, this is how we want it. Because if you see our scripts, I mean, they are really, really long at this point because
Mhm.
we're pulling in so much more information, which is further kind of refining and really making it a smarter tool to use. And so we just, over time kind of learn by trying things, but also sometimes we also lean on a lot of the Zoho partners. And we may reach out to a few Zoho partners we made over the years, and they've been the experts, the subject matter experts in a lot of these different things, where we can then kind of tap them for some ideas, and sometimes we, kind of cross collaborate and can work together on bringing something together. So, stuff like scripting is a big one, and we just see ourselves being able to connect more and more endpoints, which is giving us a better forest view. Not just expanding the look in the horizon. Is really, that's why we're still with Zoho after all this time, because they continue to allow us to stay within our lane, but also reach out to the horizon and see what things could be. So
Great.